How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here. We're on episode number 12 of the 100 Season 4, which is called The Chosen, which does not bode well for hundreds of people belonging to Sky Crew, as we're back at the list situation all over again with people having to be selected to succumb to the death wave, which is literally just around the corner. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how these two episodes do pan out, because Judgment Day is here. The end is nigh, and I'm really interested to see what happens, especially in season 5. Like, I'm so interested to see how this show can, well, I assume how this show is going to handle everyone who survives the death wave, like, in such a enclosed area, considering the Earth won't be habitable for 5 years. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how they do that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting all the more to see who will be chosen to survive and who will be chosen to basically die. So yeah, it's back at that list situation. Next episode will be the final episode, so I'm going to do what I've done with the 3 past seasons of the 100, which is choose my favourite episodes and my characters who have shone for me this season once we do episode 13. But yeah, with that said, let's focus on episode number 12, extended reaction on Patreon. I'm looking forward to seeing this, because there's going to be a lot of grumblings, and there's going to be a lot of hostility potentially regarding who will be chosen to die, because this is not an easy process for people to take in, especially since it's just around, like, you don't have as much time to prepare as you did back at Arcadia, like I said, when we had that whole shenanigans going on with Clark. So it's really, it's testing times. If anything, it's going to be more brutal in terms of accepting you're going to die in a horrific way. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very hostile. Very, yes. But yeah, this is episode number 12. Let's get this show rolling. I'm looking forward to see what happens in this episode. Let's go. Leave Nyla alone.
I haven't seen her.
Someone told me that them two are brother and sister in real life as well, so it's so funny. Ponyboy Curtis, I think it was. Get a shout out.
I know the way to the island. I need to do this.
Have faith.
You be safe. There'll be a place for both of you when you get back.
I'll meet you in the airport.
Yay! That plot armor is heavy. Oh man.
But I'm a Nightblood now. I mean, right? Maybe
that is true.
Clark, listen to me. I told you there were no good guys.
Bellaby's not.
But that's not true. There are. You are.
She might doubt that with the things she's had to do, but Clark's good.
Even though I take care of each other.
This is Bellark. They will. Do I detect mother-in-law? I'm
You're around for 2 more?
So what are you doing here?
We heard you're going after Raven.
They are too.
We just want to help.
I've been to that island dozens of times. No one knows the water better than me.
Oh, it's risky.
Maybe it'll help our chances if we bring home the chosen ones.
So that our people
Live.
may survive.
What about her? Is her name in the lottery too?
Oh boy.
We're just gonna
Stop
let some
picking on
founder
Nyla!
Take a...
This is just not on. Oh, yeah.
Nyla! You're with me. She's safe. You now have one less spot to fill.
You made me hide under the floor. You floated my mother.
Take that tea, Octavia.
I'm not hiding now. Sky Crew is no different. You have until midnight to choose. Or you all die.
Bloody hell! I think Octavia should be the speaker of Sky Crew permanently, like the leader.
Whatever choice I make, somebody always dies.
Well, not shooting me was the right choice.
God, you two need to kiss. Look out! Oh, Lord! Will you just not? Oh my God! Come on, Amori. Hey, no, that's bullshit. You are bullshit. Bloody hell, why? God damn it. Go on, yes, it's Echo. Shit. One good thing Echo has done. One.
I know about your bunker on the island. I just saved your lives. I'm hoping you will return the favor.
Oh, Lord.
Right. No one's making it to that island.
Yep, vehicle's done. This is not what they needed. This is the part where you start shitting yourself.
I'd like to give him my slot too.
Oh,
I want to give
no.
him the best chance. Of course.
Miller.
When that door closes today, I need to be on the other side.
No, 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 no.
I just got you back.
No.
Don't say that.
No.
I love you, Marcus.
Abby,
But I made
stop
my
it.
decision.
No. No.
My life isn't worth more than theirs.
Oh,
I
no.
need you to pull 81 names.
Hey, Murphy! Murphy! No! What? You cut that suit and it saves no one!
I'm not letting her die.
Clark,
Neither am I.
take it off. Yes. Nightblood.
Clark, what are you doing?
I have Nightblood.
Exactly.
Untested Nightblood.
We're testing it now.
If we continue on to the island, we won't make it back.
Oh, shit.
Do we just save ourselves?
Clark, if Nightblood works, we need to get you to Polis. Them too. We pull in as many people as we can before the death wave hits. If your mom can make us all Nightbloods, we only need to stay down there until it passes. We can still save everyone.
Oh, shit. Damn it.
And by that time, the death wave will already be here and all our friends would be dead.
Oh,
Are you
shit.
okay with that?
You know I'm not.
But Raven.
Unless I am missing
Oh.
something, there is no other way for all of us to survive.
What if there is?
I mean, we're cutting it close, aren't we?
It's gonna be wonderful, Nate. You're gonna rebuild the world.
Oh my God. Just say Abby's name.
But I am not about to be led to the slaughter. I intend
No, it's hard, but
to fight.
that's real nice, isn't it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, for crying out loud.
Pass out the guns.
There's 1,000 grounders in this bunker.
She's
You'll never need
she's
to
not
deliver
letting
what
this
you
shit
asked.
slide.
We'll see. Please just stop. Stop. It'll be a bloodbath and you know it.
How many would have to die?
This is,
All of them?
exactly.
All of us?
Exactly. If anything, you're escalating the.
If we fight, then we die. You found this place when nobody else believed you. You saved 1,100 grounders. You saved humanity. But if you lost all that,
You're threatening to take it all away.
you're taking every bit of that salvation back.
Yeah. could protect humanity, or you could lead them to die.
I'll do
This
this
is-
for you. No. My people. My responsibility.
Oh, she's echoing Bellamy. Good on Jaha. Needed to be done. Well, the good news for the grounders is they get to save a bit of muscle. This is heartbreaking, but shit.
This is how we save our people.
It's tough. It's
Feel this world through the skin of a child.
Kane, you're a sweetheart. Oh, it's that message. Is it that message that the father gave to him? Look after my son. Oh man.
We're not going back. We're going up.
Oh, the rocket! Nice.
Seems like a crazy idea to begin with.
Space.
Well, she had a bit of help, I guess, if you want to call it that.
To get down. Sounds like a 5-year problem to me.
You're talking about the ring.
Seems like a shame to let a good rocket go to waste.
Oh.
I say that death wave can kiss my ass.
Not literally.
It's settled then.
Ooh.
We're going back to the Ark.
Back to the Ark. Back to where we started. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be fun. So everyone's going back to the Ark. That's at Becca's lab, which is really, really surreal. We're going back to where we started. Holy shit. Not just that though, but I mean, Abby said there were places reserved. I think places reserved for Bellamy, and well, that's 2 more places and all of that. This is going to be so interesting though, because Abby is not going to be with Clark. For those 5 years, I'm guessing, considering, I mean, it's not like the rocket can be like, hey, so, can stop at Polis. That would be the savior for those, well, it might be the savior for those 364 people, but, yeah, holy shit, I'm just ready. This is turning it very, very interesting now. Well, it's always been interesting, but things have escalated and I'm ready for it. Just gonna be ready for when we set sail to go to the Ark. It's our only hope at this point for everyone now. Like this is their only chance. Like those at Becca's lab to survive to basically survive. So yeah. But I love that parallel though, because they are like I think they are all the exact, like, they are the, I don't know, would they be the only kids? Yeah, I'm sure they would be, that was sent down to Earth, and now they are getting sent back up. I don't think there's anyone at the bunker who was sent down to the ground, in the very first episode of the 100, and now we're back up there, so, well, we're getting back up there. We haven't gotten there yet. I mean, something's gonna screw up. Like, I mean, the trip to Raven was never going to have no consequences whatsoever. There was always going to be some little shit that had to ruin it. And, yay, great, good for the grounders for nearly compromising Imori. Thank goodness that, Clark was able to, well, here's the thing though. I love how, Clark's actions in the last episode, where she was on that dark path, willing to go ahead with Jaha's plan on protecting her own. It paid off in this episode where she was willing to sacrifice a bit of herself, because, like Bellamy said, the Nightblood was untested, so there was no idea if this was going to work. And and thankfully, she's able to make it to Becca's lab, so that's all great. But yeah, it kind of paid off in this episode, and I really loved Abby's speech about, I was wrong, there are good guys, it's just the choices we have to make. It all goes back to the 12th Doctor's comment. Sometimes the only choices we have to make are bad ones. And that plays in well. And I think, considering the fact that this show heavily focuses on certain quotes, like, there are no good guys, this is going to be interesting. I think it's setting up about how season 5 is going to have a different approach in terms of characters' actions and all of that, considering Abby's thrown away the whole, there are good guys, there are no good guys, comment. That's tossed in the bin, and she's reversed it basically to, there are good guys. And I really like that. It kind of hints that season 5, your certain character choices are going to be done differently in a kind of way, if they because this is what I'm saying, like, they focus so the thing with this show is that there are certain quotes they focus on, and they set it in stone, and it can be like a skipping stone, can't it, with certain episodes. Like in this episode, I'm reflecting on Kane's comment to what he said to Bellamy, you turn the page and you don't look back. That's the kind of message he inflicted on Jaha before he agreed to gas out all of his own people. So, they focus on quotes so much, and, they have really, it's not just some fancy piece of writing to make the script stand out. It's more purer than that, if you get what I mean. And it speaks volumes through what certain characters do throughout the show. Like, the quote's there, and then, we glance back at that quote at a certain point. Like any decision that Clark's had to do to save her own people, and that all goes back to maybe there are no good guys and all of that. So I have a feeling that's going to be a pretty big. There's going to be some new approach coming into season 5. In terms of the way we look back at that quote, since Abby has decided to throw it in the bin. So yeah, Abby's story was absolutely heartbreaking though, because she's living with she's lamenting about the fact that she thought she encouraged the wrong decision. And then she's taking it upon herself to sacrifice herself, willing to share the same fate as the 300. It's similar to what they did, like the 300. It's all on the Ark again. So it's the culling, the second coming, the second culling. Yeah, I got it. Electric Boogaloo 2 or whatever. No, I really felt so bad for Abby, and Kane was doing his best, bless him. I absolutely love Kane. We all need a Kane in our lives. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, he should be in all of our lives. But yeah, Kane, bless him, tried to influence Abby by comforting her and telling her that it wasn't her to blame. She had that humanity, but Abby was not having any of it. And it going back to why we all need a Kane in our lives, he was the voice of reason to Jaha. He's an absolute gem, and honestly, if there's a day that comes that we have to say goodbye to Kane, I'm not going to be ready for it, because Kane's been one of my favourite characters. He's been heavily developed, and that's something I didn't think I would be saying when we started way back when, because he was kind of cruel. And I thought, okay, well, this guy is going to be a bit of a pickle to get around, isn't he? So yeah, but it's so funny how we take episodes like this where the roles were reversed, where Jaha was the batshit crazy one that needed the crap smacked out of him to get that common sense rolling. And Kane is the voice of reason. Kane is the guy we're all rooting for and praying he saves the day like he is Jesus. And lo and behold, that shows today when he managed to influence Jaha to do the right thing. And I'm glad that Jaha did come to his senses, because he has not been level-headed for quite some time. I mean, the City of Light thing has screwed his brain up completely, and in this episode and the last episode, he was so hell-bent in stopping all of the other grounders from getting that chance to survive and focusing on his own people. I get it, though. I get why it doesn't make him a bad person whatsoever. He's desperate, but that desperation is, as you've seen from my reaction, it's angry for me, because he is lacking the thing that I look out for, and that's humanity and consideration for other humans out there. He's still saving people, but sometimes we have to make sacrifices for the good, and the good is saving other humans. Sometimes we've got to make our sacrifices, and like I said in the last episode, it's not going to be easy for all of the other for all of the 12 others to pick who's going to die. And Octavia as well, saying that they are not special, which I'll get to in a minute, because Octavia is an absolute gem. Like, oi. But, yeah, I can understand why Jaha, I understand completely. I understand why people are going to be a bit angry about this whole situation. I understand why Jaha is like this. Considering he's been so hell-bent to saving his people, that's been his number one priority. It doesn't make him a bad person. He's always had it in his mind, wired in. Whether it's crazy like the City of Light or anything, his motivation is saving his own people. And that comes at the expense of saying toodles to all of the other 12 clans, because they are not his people. He's not Octavia. He hasn't got it wide in his in his head that, I was making brain and head merge into one. Woo! Anywho, yeah, he hasn't got it wide into his head that, we are all one clan, like Octavia has, claimed, and Jaha's the complete opposite. These are my people at the end of the day. And they are humans at the end of the day, but they're not my people. They are not the people that I, was, basically leading, basically. They are more valuable life. And, that word valuable is a really, really, pivotal word, because, Octavius, he basically refuted that by, saying they are not as valuable. Yes, they've got the skills and all of that. And that was a great, argument, considering the fact that, without Sky Crew, but that's the thing. We're not Octavia was going to take care of everyone if, there was no agreement, but, there was no part of this whole plan that said, we're going to get rid of all Sky Crew. And that's the thing though. The thing is with the Grounders, they have been underdeveloped in terms of the skills that the Sky Crew have had. They have not had the luxury of being equipped with the tools and essentials that the Sky Crew have basically spearheaded. They make that point about, well, we are more efficient, and that might be true, but if you take in all of the clans, those who have not had the luxury of using the tools that you're proficient in and all of that, you can teach them. So they can pass it on to their children, and they can pass it on to their children, and so on and so forth. Just because they have not had the luxury on being an engineer or whatever, doesn't mean that they have no right to live. they can still learn from you at the end of the day. Just think they're children again. And yes, you can call the shots and all of that. You can basically teach them. You've got the upper hand. But just because they don't have that's what I'm saying. Just because they don't have the tools and that doesn't mean that they are expendable. You can always teach them. You can always make I mean, it might be a bit better. It might be a bit, because of the fact that some of the grounders are like very difficult to please and all of that. But that's what I'm saying. That just because they don't have the skills you have doesn't mean they should be automatically cut. We should all have an equal opportunity. So, yeah. And that's the thing, though. The Sky Crew are putting themselves above humanity, as if they're an alien race that has more right to survive throughout the... Like, imagine if it's like the Daleks from Doctor Who. They believe they are the superior races, and all other races should be exterminated. I'm not saying that humanity is like the Daleks, but then again, some parts are, and I'm not even kidding, considering the Daleks were based off Nazis, so yeah. But that's a discussion for another video. Doctor Who? Yeah. 2020, I've got to wait for that, damn it. Anywho, yeah, they are putting themselves above humanity, like they're an alien race, and like I said, I can understand why it's difficult, especially with the comment, well, we settled in, and then we get a surprise saying, yeah, so you were all settled in, but we got grounded tribes that have been accepted into this, so we're gonna have to make some cuts. It's very difficult, but at the end of the day, we're looking out for our own humanity, because whether you like it or not, yeah, you haven't lived with them, but they are still human at the end of the day. So, and Octavia's accepted that. Octavia's accepted everyone is one clan. So, yeah. But like I said, I understand. It's hard to swallow. And nobody's enthusiastic about this, but the behavior is pretty ugly. And even Octavia thought, okay, well, I'm going to give them this one warning. I have to say, she was a great badass. And this is the thing, though, the ugliness of their attitude is very worrying, because they targeted Nyla, who was just innocent, all because she was a grounder. Yeah, and she was living with Sky Crew because she had deep connections with them, and Nyla didn't do anything. She was just there, and she was living with the Sky Crew, and they decided to call the shots themselves without causing the escalation to rise, I guess. And they took, I mean, they could have made a complaint saying, well, this person, but they attacked her, and Octavia stepped in and said, well, now you've done that, you got one less spot, so well done, jackasses. I gotta say, she was she was on fire, like, not just by putting everyone in their place, but she told Jaha where to go, about the fact that she had to hit on the Ark. And she's right in the fact that they're not special. The Sky Crew are not special. Like I said, yes, they might have the tools and all of that, but, just like it's humanity at the end of the day. She made that vow by saying we are all one clan. And like I said, yes, you've got those skills, but you can still teach them to grounders, those who haven't had the luxury on growing up like the way you did. And that's the same with the world, like in today. Like, some people in this world have the luxury of honing skills that some people in the world, that doesn't mean their lives are more, I guess, expendable. Cause you can still teach them, and I guess that's why we have school and all of that. Like, so, yeah, I'm going very deep here, but yeah, I really loved Octavia in this episode, and thankfully it didn't come to the fact where she had to, because they were ready to fight and there was going to be no rest. They were chanting fight, 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 and Octavia was ready to put them down, because there was no agreement. So thank God that didn't happen and all of that, and that they were all gassed, and now they have to resort to Clark's list since the lottery didn't work. So yeah, and I don't think Monty was on the list either. So it's a good job that Clark and Co are resorting to using the remnants of the Ark in space, because yeah, I really, really love the fact that this season, I think one of the reasons why this season is one of the best is it tests the characters as well. Like it has done with Jahar in this episode about his humanity. It's tested, like there's been a lot of areas in season 4 where there's been an impossible choice, from Bellamy with the Hydro generator or the slaves, Becca Labs when it came to sacrificing someone regarding Nightblood. It's always come down to that, and I really love how it's been testing the characters. I mean, we've always had situations where it's been a bit difficult, but I feel like they have upped the difficulty this season, if you know what I mean, in terms of characters deciding what needs to be done. And it's not like one option will be massively consequential, but it will be but it's whatever choice a character chooses, then there will be that guilt. There will be that heavy reliance of guilt on the characters, unless they have a certain motive, like Jahar in this episode. It came to, I mean, he didn't see it and he didn't express emotion like Abby has done, but he was so damn determined about the fact that he was going to save his own people at the risk of everyone else dying. And I'm right in thinking that the numbers of the Grounders are like all of them combined, all the 12, yeah, they have more numbers in terms of humanity. So you're saving humanity more so than ending it. Like if you went ahead and saved your own people, you would be risking more loss of humanity. If I'm right with the math and all of that, with the 12 clans, yes, because it's like 1,100, I think it was, compared to like 400. So there's a massive difference. So yeah, but there's always been this choice, and I think it's been really, really perfectly done. So I absolutely love what this season has done in terms of characters and their decisions. So it's just, even though Jahar's not experiencing it with his emotions, he's still choosing something that has drastic, that is really, really drastic, in terms of risking more, posing humanity at a greater risk at total extinction. Like I said, if I did the math correct. So yeah, there's like a 700 watt difference to saving your own to saving the Grounders. So yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, 4 and 1. Yeah. But yeah, I am absolutely interested to see how this goes. I'm absolutely devastated that the Miller scenes, oh my god, that was absolutely heartbreaking and emotional. When David was ready to die and all of that, and it seems like he is ready to die and Nate's gonna survive, and oh my god, my heart, I can't take it. No, I was wrong, because Miller was, I'm sure Nate was one of the people who was sent to the ground, so I was wrong with my comment that everyone who originally was sent to the ground is getting sent back up. So, because I'm sure Nate was there, but like I said though, it was I'm sure, I can't remember, I'm not so positively sure, but I'm sure he was there. But either way, it's a nice little parallel anyway, so yeah. It was a great episode though, very testing, and I can't wait to see what the final episode has an offer, which I might watch now. Well, I'll get my coffee fix, and then I'll be watching the final episode. So Yikes. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!